pitch. Did he go at that one? Yes, he did. Strike three. And Velez just got tossed. He's arguing the call. Did not like the fact that he was rung up by Jen Pawol, the home plate umpire. Let her know about it, and now he can change out of his spikes.
Hello, everyone. Toledo and Columbus. This wasn't the first ejection of that series, by the way. Of course, this is the plate umpire's call. If they have a swing there, to call the swing. The criteria, simply, did the batter strike the pitch or not? But the big play that you're asking about is an inning-ending run scoring, bases loaded, line out, trap. Let's look at it.
Line shot. Is it caught by Young? It is. The throw to second, not in time. Now they throw to first. What's going on here? It was not caught. Now Nuñez is tagged and he's out. A run is going to score here for the Clippers, and I think we had poor communication by the umpiring.
Well, let's talk about the umpiring crew's mechanics for this play, as the offensive team is going to argue safe out on the catch, that issue.
They stepped on the bag. Let's see what's going on here. The ball was caught. And let's keep it, okay, and they say it was caught.
So we saw Velez in the middle of the infield say out. He got the out on the catch, and then he immediately, from that out signal, because they made a play on an appeal attempt on the runner at second, said safe. He got back in time. Then Jen Pawol at first base said safe. The fielder never actually touched the base. And then they throw to third, and that third baseman looks toward the plate and says, hey, that runner left early. Plate umpire must have said safe. And then he tags for good measure the runner going from second to third for the third out of the inning.
Second to try and double off the runner.
So the umpires get together, and this is what sort of perplexes me. If anyone, this defensive team right here, they're the ones who should be unhappy, because the umpires are going to allow that run to score from third base. It was 5-1. It's going to become 5-2. And that means that either one of two things happened. They ruled that the appeal play at third base wasn't a valid appeal, or they ruled that the runner from third left on time. He didn't leave early. Either way, they're going to allow the run to score.
Yeah. What we don't have on the replay is, did the lead runner Pries get back to third and head home?
That's the primary issue. We don't know for sure if this appeal at third should be sustained or not. Either way, the defensive team covered their bases. If this is ruled a catch, which it was, the second out of the inning is the catch itself. The third out, assuming the appeal was unsuccessful at third, is the tag out of the runner going from second to third, inning over. If this is ruled a trap, which it wasn't, the second out is a force play at second base on the runner from first who never ran, and the third out is again the tag on R2. Context clues tell me the runner from third might have left early on this catch, but I can't prove it. We don't have a camera, so I understand why the defensive team would be unhappy, but not why the offense would. They got a run that they probably maybe shouldn't have gotten. I thought the appeal at third was proper, unmistakable, and the runner scored super quick, maybe left early. My best guess is the offense just didn't see what happened. They assumed that the umpire called safe like an uncaught ball and changed it to an out at some point after the play. They didn't see the umpire's out signal first. They didn't see the real-time call because they only saw safe on the appeal play. They didn't know what to do, and they assumed the umpires messed up, even though the umpires did not mess up, mechanically speaking. And because the offense didn't pay attention to the umpire, they ran themselves out of the inning, and they're improperly blaming the umpires for it.
And again, I don't know. The original call, the third base umpire said that Young caught the ball. Yeah. Because then they threw to second base, and the umpire said safe, the runner had gotten back and wasn't doubled up.
That's what I have too. Starting the next inning, the catcher, who was one of the runners involved, talks to the plate umpire, who was just dusting off home plate to start the inning, and it turns into an escalated conversation and a John Boy moment that I'm not really here to analyze as much as just, did the umpires get the mechanics right? Did they call it correctly by rule? And the answer to that question is yes.
I'm sure about that last play, which is as bizarre as you're going to see. Now here comes Andy Tracy. I'm sure wanting to keep his catcher in the game. So Andy Tracy is going to take up the conversation, and it's going to be a short one. He just got run. And Andy Tracy is going to get him some of the home plate umpire Macon Hammond.
This reads like one of those situations where the umpire and the catcher are disagreeing, but they're prepared to move on. Then the manager comes in and somehow makes it worse.
Going to take up the conversation, and I thought during the whole situation, both managers might get thrown out because they were both arguing different things and they were both right.
No, this manager was not right. The out signal was quick, it was immediate, and it's not the umpire's fault that this manager's own team got confused and ran themselves out of the inning.
And Andy Tracy is not going quietly.
It's so amusing seeing this level of projection, saying you effed up to the umpire when it's your own team that effed up. Again, if anyone has an argument here, it's the defensive team's manager, not this addle-pated reactionary.
The reality of the situation, get the benefit of an inning-ending double play that was called incorrectly, but
nothing to the detriment of this guy's team.
A different way. Well, Andy Tracy has said his say. He'll get the rest of the day off.
Sometimes rules analysis gets a little frustrating, can you tell? When this happens, I like to go back to objective reality, the facts of the situation. Out number 2 on the catch, safe on the appeal at second, safe on the appeal at first, safe on the appeal at third. Out number 3 on the tag between second and third, the run scores. The only point of contention for me is, does the run count or not? Did R3 leave early? We'll never know. There was no camera. But that means the only manager who has any reason to be upset at the umpires is the defensive one, not the offense, who maybe, just maybe, didn't notice that the umpire called out as his first signal. Maybe if they learned umpiring mechanics, they wouldn't have run themselves into the third out here. Maybe not. Maybe knowing the rules is a good thing? I don't know. But either way, this is an argument that shows me they don't know what they're arguing about, because they missed a very important part of this play, which was at the very beginning, the umpire calling the batter out on the catch. This entire thing could have been avoided had they paid attention.
Delgado was on the base. The first base umpire made the call that said the first baseman came off the base. So Myles Straw is going to, what, does he get an RBI here? Because the double play took place after the run scored. So I think Straw is going to get an RBI on the line out.
You might think so. They called it no RBI, though, in the scoring. And they just called it a double play, as in 904B1, even though this wasn't technically a force nor reverse force, a.k.a. appeal for leaving early double play.
The original call, and again, I don't know. The original call, the third base umpire said that Young caught the ball.
Yeah.
Because then they threw to second base, and the umpire said safe, the runner had gotten back and wasn't doubled up.
So maybe I have it all wrong, and the manager is arguing because he wants that RBI for this kid, and the scorer isn't giving it to him, and that's what he's getting thrown out for. He wanted the RBI.
The irony of all this is that the Clippers shouldn't have scored in the last inning.
Right.
Well,
thanks for the clip. Like and subscribe. Visit us online at closecallsports.com. We'll see you on the site.
It was should have been a line-out double play.
He's also claiming the umpire touched him, which
has said his say.
Let's just say this manager's judgment might be a bit off.
Ultimately, based upon the reality of the situation, get the benefit of an inning-ending double play that was called incorrectly, but should have been a double play a different way.